I don't think anybody really understands the magnitude of this man's internet activity. And of course, I'm talking about Brian Walshe, who is on trial for murdering his wife, Anna, in their Cohasset, Massachusetts home in the early morning hours of New Year's Day in 2023. This isn't just a couple of Google searches. This is kind of this spree over the course of a few days, and it's very sporadic. It's like 3 or 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And you can, if you look through them, which I'm about to in a minute, you read through the list, you read through the timeline, you're going to see a story. And I know, like, you kind of have to put yourself in the mind of a madman, but you can kind of almost see what he was doing at the time. Like, he would do this and then he would think, oh, I wasn't sure that's the right thing to do. And then you see him Googling, trying to like figure out how to remedy that mistake. Before I go any further, I do want to give credit to my friend Googe. If you don't follow Googe, you need to. She is the detail person when it comes to these trials. She has charts, graphs, family trees, like she puts up everything. I have coffee and chat and opinions. If you want to know every single detail of everything, you go see Googe. One of the things that she did yesterday was she put up an entire list of all of these internet searches, all by the time and exactly what they said, in a nice, neat list, and she shared that with all of us. And I'm going to go through it today because I see patterns, and I want to share what I'm seeing. So again, this is from Googe. She provided this. This is her cute little face right here. Okay, so this is Googe. I screenshotted this from her account, but here's what we have. So this is his internet activity that first day. So this is Sunday, January 1st. Now, mind you, he's told police that she left and got on a plane. So there should be no concern. She's not been reported missing. As far as he knows, she's on a plane to DC. But this is all the activity that took place that day. And I think there's pockets here that make sense. Let me walk you through what I think is going on in his head. Now, the story is from the beginning is that they had a friend over until about 1:30 in the morning to celebrate New Year's Eve. And then that friend leaves. Anna goes to bed. Brian claims that he's kind of in bed, but then he goes downstairs to clean or something, and he comes back, nudges his wife, and he realizes that she has died suddenly. So if this were true, she's in their bedroom dead. Just so you know, and it's probably got to be 2 or 3 in the morning. So this is the circumstance that we're supposed to believe. At 3:49 a.m., it starts by him checking his email. So I don't know if my spouse is lying dead 2 feet from me. I'm not sure. I'm checking my Gmail account. He makes no attempt to call the police, call paramedics, try to offer, well, I think they might testify that he tried to render aid. I don't know. But anyway, he gets on his Gmail account. Then he sits there for over an hour and he starts to think like, okay, I've got to do something, right? So then the Googling starts. Best way to dispose of a body. How long before a body starts to smell? How to stop a body from decomposing. Then I'm quite certain that when you Google how to stop a body from decomposing, my guess is that the answer is you embalm a body to keep it from decomposing. So then he's like, how do I embalm a body? Okay, here we're off to the races. But then you kind of get down here to the 6 a.m. hour. And the 6 a.m. hour is like, how do you dispose of a body? How do you bury it? How do you do this? Now, his attorney claims that these blue ones, like these blue searches here, he claims that these are Brian looking for funeral options. Like maybe he's looking for funeral options. Have you thought of that? And, his wife is dead and now he's looking for ways to bury her. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's maybe 4 hours after she allegedly died in her sleep. So he hasn't called the paramedics. He hasn't called the police. He hasn't called her family. He hasn't done anything, but he's already planning the funeral. I call bullshit. That's just me. Now in the 9 a.m. hour, which is right here, you can start to see he gets a little bit curious. Well, what about DNA and what about formaldehyde? And can you identify it if if it's just partial remains? Like you can tell the curiosity starting to think, what can I do? Because maybe I can't get rid of the whole body, but maybe I could dismember it. Doesn't have to get rid of my cell phone. I'd have to get rid of my computer. So I think at this point, he's kind of curious. He's like searching for answers. But of course, if he gets rid of the body, then he's going to have to explain to people, where's Anna? And I think this is where the 10 a.m. hour comes in, where he's like, my wife is missing. What do I do? You don't Google my wife is missing. What should I do? You should have called the fucking cops 5 hours earlier. But no, my wife is missing. What do you do if your wife is missing and you want a divorce? So now you can tell he's starting to hatch the plan. I can do something with this body, right? And I can tell people that she's missing. And then maybe I can use her credit cards and maybe I can still get a divorce. I think the 11 o'clock hour is where he starts to get serious. He went from curious to serious. Now it's all about ways to dispose of body parts after murder. After murder, murder, murder. He's already talking about all these ways to dispose of the body, and he's talking about murder and how to clean up a wood floor, how to get blood off of a wood floor. He's in it now. By the 12 o'clock hour, we now understand why he bought so much hydrogen peroxide, because I'm betting that when it came to talking about cleaning up blood, one of the answers was use hydrogen peroxide. So this guy goes and buys 13 different types of hydrogen peroxide from 2 different stores in his town. Now, the next day, he doesn't even sleep through the night, because starting at 2 a.m., I think he starts to realize, oh shit, I'm in it now. And he starts to ask about like his phone and his laptop, like, these things might give me away. What do I do? 5:24, where's a TJ Maxx near me? They said he bought rugs at Home Goods. So that's my guess, is that he was searching for a place where he could go buy new rugs. And then 5 hours later, he's like, oh fuck, there was probably security footage, right? So how long does a store keep its security footage? You should have asked that before you went to the fucking store, Brian. So now we come to the stage where he's, dismemberment 101, right? All of the 12 o'clock searches are about, like, how do I dismember? How do I do this? What's the way to do this? What tools do I need? And then he starts talking about a murder conviction without a body. That seems suspicious. I refer to 1 o'clock as the disposal hour. This is the part where he starts thinking, okay, what if I put it in garbage bags? What if I take it to dumpsters? Where are there dumpsters? So he starts to plan the disposal part of it. By first thing in the morning, he's talking about, okay, now I got to clean up. So first thing in the morning, it becomes about cleanup. How do I get rid of footprints? How do I clean up without leaving a trace of blood? By that afternoon at 1 p.m., I'm sure he's thinking, oh man, someone's going to go to those dumpsters. How long's the body going to be there? Will it decompose inside the trash bags? Now he's in his head wondering, like, oh my God, someone's going to find her in those dumpsters. And by the way, this is all my guesstimation, but this is what this timeline tells me. I could be entirely wrong. What's the rate of decomposition of a body found in plastic bag compared to the surface in the woods? So he obviously thought about both options, decided with the trash bag. My most favorite search of all happened at 7:30 p.m. on the 3rd. Can police get your search history without your computer? Well, the answer is yes. And Jesus Christ, Brian, it's a little late to be asking that question, isn't it? With judging from all these searches, you're just now wondering if that's a possibility. If he weren't such a fucking animal, I'd think he's the worst fucking criminal on the planet. And then, of course, by the 4th, he's asking the question, does a cell phone track your historical location? Yes, it does. It does. So does your Apple Watch. So do all of your gadgets. They can pull your location from all of your gadgets. I don't know how a jury's going to believe that he dismembered his wife and he disposed of his wife, but that he didn't murder his wife. More to come.